most decentralized exchanges are currently based on automated market makers. And sometimes the experience can be a bit clunky, like the transactions can fail and it can feel a bit slow and there can be a congestion. So my thought is, how can we improve this? Like how can we make it so it feels more like sending a chat message? It's like when you send a chat message, it's like you just press a button and it happens and it works and there's no delay. So how can we get towards this kind of situation with exchanging one token for another? So that idea that I have is based on the stateless ask program that encodes an offer amount and an ask amount and the mint address of the token into a PDA, and then there's the proof instruction called on the token, and this PDA is given the authority over this token amount, and the order can be cancelled by revoking this authority. So that is the current situation. And the thing is that most of these automated market makers represent a bottleneck because everything needs to go through them. If like every transaction needs to go through them, and there's a way to do order matching in parallel by going with this idea here, but making a small adaptation to it. So the adaptation is that instead of encoding the offer amount, hard coding the offer amount, we encode a ratio. So, for example, I want to exchange a certain amount of Bonk for a certain amount of Solana, and the thing is, with this idea, before making this change, you would have to take the whole order. So, for example, if somebody would say, okay, I want to sell 1 Solana worth of Bonk, then somebody would have to take the whole order to fulfill this. But it's impractical for making an order book. So by replacing it with a ratio, it means the order will still go through if a smaller amount is picked. So basically the taker picks how much the actual amount of the transaction is. But it's still, like the ratio is still encoded in the offer. So let's take a look at how the code works. So this is what this currently looks like. It's basically just 2 transactions, one from the taker to the maker and the other in the other direction. And it's secure because the ratio is encoded in the program derived address. So the ratio is calculated here and then put into the transaction amount, and that's basically it. And currently there's also already, like I'm already working on the front end, but currently there's only the troll box ready. But basically, I mean, the transactions will be just like messages in this chat system. But we can also run it completely without a backend. Like you could also host this on a GitHub page and just write them to a memo. And so there's no need to have a backend, but it's obviously much faster, and there's also more optimization potential because we can just confirm the transaction once in the backend. So there's also less struggle on the RPC, the node RPCs, and at the same time, it's still trustless. Like there's no trust involved. There's nothing centralized about this, but it makes it a lot more efficient because the automated market maker is not the bottleneck anymore, and the transactions can happen in parallel and are not bottlenecked by this one central thing. So yeah, that's basically it.